Hello and welcome to yet another Cube Draft. Interesting pack. We open both Tinker and Library. Um, huh. Tinker is obviously a power card, but Library is so sick. There's also Ulamog. It definitely deserves a spot in the cube. Like the fact that you exile 2 permanents, it only costs 10. But having said that, the choice has to be between Tinker and Library. And it depends on which route you want to go. I really like Tinker, but I think Library is just better. It also opens up like more options. If those two weren't there, it's probably Basalt Monolith to pick. But we have to know now that Basalt Monolith is gone, so meh. This is a cool avatar. Haven't seen that one yet. Not that I have been paying that much attention to it, but... Okay, so we have Splinter Twin, which I think is early enough to pick this up. We could go the combo this way. And then there's Jace and Trinket Mage, which is meh. Which is obviously fine. I mean, the Jace is obviously fine. But I think Splinter Twin, given that it's still early and we can pick it up and try to go for the combo, makes it worth it. I'm not sure how often you actually see the combo cards, but I mean, I haven't been able to draft it this cube draft, and Library is actually viable with the combo, right? Like you draw more cards and anything. Like this is doable and anything. It's insane. Yeah. So what do I want with that? I probably want, yeah, obviously the combo pieces, but outside of that, some card draw, some counter spell, some bounce. Turnabout is obviously pretty good in it as well. Restoration Angel is a card I need to pick up for this combo deck, because this also works with Kiki-Jiki. It obviously doesn't work like this, because, you know, it just doesn't, but Restoration Angel is a viable piece in the combo here, so given that I get both Splinter Twin and Restoration Angel here, I'm definitely looking forward to playing this. The next big card that I would need is Kiki-Jiki, then the 2 blue ones, Imperial Recruiter. Those 6 basically form the basis of your deck. And then of course, you know, fix some acceleration, although acceleration isn't that necessary. You're very likely just going to be able to use the mana anyway, or get to the mana. Interesting. There's Luthor Core for Spike, but there's also Chalice and Oars of Signet. There's also Ashiok, which is an okay card, plus Oath of Druids. I think it's early enough to go Oaths, but I prefer this. And out of these two, I think Oars of Signet, given that it fixes my white, seems a bit better. But obviously, yeah, Oath of Druids is really good. I think outside of that, I would probably pick, yeah, outside of these two, I would probably pick Ashiok, then Luthor, then Force Spike. But I have to go for the Oars of here just because it fixes this. So no combo, but there's both Spellskite and Electrolyte. It has to be Spellskite. It protects your combo. It's a really good card because of that reason. And yeah, Electrolyte is something I would play, but I have to go with the Spellskite here. Brimstone Volley, Manic Vandal, Pented Prism. Not really anything interesting here. There's Manowar to bounce things. There's Banishing Light, which, you know, does offer a solution to permanent issues. So I'm gonna pick up that one, and maybe I'll just splash blue for the combo pieces itself. We'll see. Like, we haven't seen any of them yet, so we get a second Signet, a Dismember, or a Bonfire. I think a Signet is better, although I'm not so convinced about it. But I still think it's better than Dismember or the Bonfire. Like, I should be able to outrace creature decks, especially when I, you know, play something white. Plus, it also, you know, keeps open core possibilities. Like, without Splinter Twin, I still have a viable whitish base deck here. Like, I'm not forcing it too hard. I can definitely see myself playing this without a Splinter Twin eventually. but I would definitely want it. Like, why wouldn't I? And the Signet, you know, fixes red just in case I want to go red, but if I want to go black, then it allows it together with Orzhov. There's Lavamancer, there's Magma Jet, there's also Muldrifter. I think, given that I'm definitely gonna be red, or trying to draft red cards, I think Magma Jet is a bit better, especially because of the Scry and Muldrifter here. I mean, there's only 2 blue cards that we're basically looking for, and I think Magma Jet is worth playing. Another possibility was Porcelain Legionnaire. So Tinker is obviously gone. I don't know why we would ever think anything different. There's Through the Breach, which I'm not a big fan of. I guess I'll pick up a Rootbound Scrag, but there's Elspeth Sun Champion. I don't see why that is still in there. As I said, like if I'm not playing this, I can still go with a white base, so that's why I'm drafting this. But I mean, it's just pack 1. We don't know what's in there for the rest or not. You obviously want to be blue most of the time when you go this combo, but it's not necessary. If I do go black, do I want Mesmeric Fiend or Forge Master? Forge Master seems pretty weak for me here. It's still early, but I think it's a bit too weak. We already have 1 fix for green. I think I'd rather have a Sunpetal Grove here. Here I probably prefer Magazonomon? Nah. I guess Dreadbore, just in case I go black. Burst Lightning seems like the better card. It's probably even main deckable if I want to. Although I probably don't want to. Like Magma Jet at least has the Scrying ability as an extra bonus. Man, if I open Power and Kikijiki was the correct pick. Maybe I should have picked Nicol Bolas there. Maybe, just maybe. So there's a lay here by the Hippie Freak. He's probably gonna go black and first pick Hypnotic Spectre over Black Lotus. I would do that as a Hippie Freak. Braid's last pick, huh? Cool. I mean, there's not a lot of picks to go if you're on your 15th pick. So we do have 9 main deckable cards here, 8 basically. And then we have not a lot of appealing cards. I mean, there's Sword Supply Shares, which I'll play in the white deck. There's Temple, which, you know, fixes the blue if I need it. There's Show and Tell, but I don't think that's gonna be great. And Avalanche Riders, the Fire Blasts aren't gonna be it. So for me, it's between the Swords and the Temple. And I think the Temple is a bit more important. I think the Mana Fix in a 3-color deck is a bit more important than having a Sword. This is just a 1-for-1 trade, and this is basically allows me to play my entire deck. So I think the Temple picking there is more relevant. Same here with the Glacial Fortress. There's Dig to Triumph for extra Metamorph, but I mean, none of these cards are all that appealing except to Anticipate and maybe the Lotus Bloom. But given this again fixes the mana just in case I need it, I'm gonna go for that one. Although the red is usually the crux in this deck, because Kikijiki costs 3 and Splinter Gun costs 2, while your other combo pieces cost 1 apiece. So usually the most of your fix you want it to be red. But having said that, we could go base red-white with a splash for blue compared to the standard blue-red with a splash for white. With alternative kill conditions in Elspeth. But it's looking pretty interesting. Like, I'm not sure how good our deck will be if we do not manage to pick up our combo pieces. Like, Restoration Angel is standalone a good card. Splinter Twin on the other hand is a pretty shitty one. And we have no other creatures at this point. There's Glenlendra and Sneak Attack. I think Glenlendra is way too good to just let go. We already have a decent amount of fix. And it protects our combo as well. This with Splinter Twin is also fine. Sneak attack is obviously okay, but I mean, it's not gonna win as a game. Or it's not gonna work with the deck we're drafting. There's also Jace, but I think Glenlandra is just better. If we're not playing red, I think I want Uther's End. Or a Meteor Angel. This would force me into black, this doesn't, so... In this case I can still go another color depending on what I open. Or depending on what I get past even. There's a Silver Exarch. There's no way I'm picking any other card over this. Would like this Wheeling, but seems very unlikely given that it's the only other blue card. There's no way I can pass this up. They could definitely still need Kiki-Jiki and then Imperial Recruiter. Pessimize would obviously be fine as well. And maybe some more, you know, blue-based deck manipulation. Such as Ponder and Preordain and like anything, like even Impulse, Anticipate, cards that trade 1 for 1. Magma Jet, yeah, Scrying seems relevant. So Scryland is also pretty good. Like, imagine if this is a Source Supply Shares. Does our deck look stronger? No, it doesn't. Like, this fix is definitely needed to run cards like this, which cost double. You have to prioritize these cards. Or I feel that you have to prioritize these cards. Like, if our opponent plays a bunch of creature decks where we should be able to, you know, put off enough defense to then go off with the combo, there's a Pessimize. Would like this, and that's it, I think. Incinerate maybe. But again, I mean, you want combo, we have two combo pieces, 3 with this. We can protect it with the Spell Guide. I mean, our deck is getting formed because we both have the Severe Exarch Pessimize. We also have the Restoration Angel, so it's very unlikely someone's gonna hate Kiki-Jiki. God damn it, I just spit some water. But it's fine. It's just a few drops. Here we have Sphinx's Rev and Probe. I think Probe is more relevant. I think Sphinx's Rev, although Sphinx's Rev is pretty good. I'm gonna go with the Probe instead. Just because it allows me to take a look at my opponent's deck and plan out turns. Still would need something in form of disruption, like if my opponent just has counter, it's gonna be pretty hard to win through it. I think it's Impulse here. I'm just looking at other cards like Arithmesa. But given that we only have one kill condition at this point, I think cards like Impulse are a bit too important. I would definitely slam the Arithmesa, but Impulse has to be the correct card. Show and Tell just doesn't work for me. Neither does any of the rest. I mean, Baleful Strix maybe, but I'm never gonna play it. We do have 2 fixed red, but I'm just never gonna play it. So we only have 14 cards here. Like, we definitely need to fill out our deck a bit more. I mean, there's still 6 picks in this pack and then a bunch of picks in the next one. Anticipate Wheeling has to be the pick here as well. I mean, we both have an Impulse and Anticipate here. Yes, understand that it's, you know, not that great, but... Oh, Glenlandra is obviously huge against counter spells. Or instant speed response. Like, if you have Glenlandra in play and an end of turn can Deceiver and Splinter Twin with backup from this, it's gonna be pretty hard for our opponent to get through that. I guess Noble is better against me, just because it's viable in an aggro deck. Burden of Zinni isn't that bad. Like, we could definitely see ourselves sideboarding this in against creature decks. And probably not playing the Ymira Angel either. Although we could play it, like it's a good defensive card. Same with Cloud Goat Ranger. Seems very unlikely we play these cards. If we have Kikijiki, we definitely could, but so far we do not have that card. Plus the fact that it costs double white might be a bit harder. We open Karn, Ralzarek. Young Pyromancer is actually okay in this deck as well, as his Spell Pierce, but I don't think we can pass up a Karn, can we? Is Young Pyromancer better here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards only to work with it at this point, so the answer is probably no. There's also Ralzarek. I think Karn is way better. Then we have Steam Vents, Tamiyo, and Temple. I don't think this will ever wheel, probably not either of these wheels. But I probably want the Steam Vents over Tamiyo here. Like, we're not a control deck, we're a combo deck. Yeah, I prefer the Mana Fix. Again, I really think you need to prioritize Mana Fix. Normally I would pick Tamiyo there just because it's a really good card. But I just can't afford playing it. So we do have some sideboard cards that we can play. Put them at the bottom here. In order that I probably want to play him. Something like this. Although I'm not sure how good Smokestack will be. Probably not that great. Yeah, if you see this color combination in draft, it's usually this kind of deck. We get a Grim Monolith and a Coalition Relic. As much as I love Grim Monolith, I think Coalition Relic has to be better here. Just because it fixes my mana. Grim Monolith doesn't really do that much for me given my combo, while Coalition Relic obviously helps with the reds. Hope this wheels and I'll probably play it. I'll even play this over Mountain, although that's usually not a good case. Like when Rockpot was in the format, there's Sower, Wormcoil, Maze of It, Sarkhan. Again, like, as much as I like this card, I really don't think it fits my deck. I think Maze of It is a bit better. The same with Sower, I really don't think it matters. So I'm gonna go with the Maze. This is not land, of course. But when a Rockpot was standard legal, I played it. And the fact that I had a certain mountain in my deck that came into play tapped cost me a game. There's Izzet Charm versus Mana Leak. I think Izzet Charm is better because it allows you to draw and discard. It also allows you to kill creatures. It's just more versatile than Mana Leak. Although, you know, none of these two will ever wheel, but Izzet Charm just seems better. Just because it allows you to draw and discard. It fixes draws. But so yeah, as I was saying, like, it cost me a certain round where a certain mountain came into play tapped instead of untapped. And that pretty much sucked. But I got into the finals and lost the top 8 in the mirror. Like, there's 2 people in the top 8 that play the same deck, me and a friend. And we get Kikijiki, slam dunk. Yeah, me and a friend, and he won it. I mean, I lost the mirror and he won the remainder. Like, it was a time that Cow, or Twin Blade was coming out. Yeah, Cowblade, yeah, was getting popularity, and there was still the Primeval Titan deck with the Mountain Land, whatever it's called. Hallowed Fountain, I guess. More fix. Yeah, that seems fine. So probably not playing Emiria or this, but. And that was my trip to Hollywood that I lost that mirror. Like, if I won that match, like, we played in identical decks, we basically deconstructed together, so. What I'm saying is, it was to Hawaii, it wasn't to Hollywood. And then he went to Hawaii and basically played a ridiculous stupid deck there. I have no clue why he would ever play that. Light Tutor does get me Splinter Twin and Spell's Guide, so I think it's viable enough to pick that card. Would definitely kill for one more mountain fix, but can't have it all. We do have 21 cards here, still need 2 more. But you can run Burst Lightning and something like Smokestack, although I don't think Smokestack is gonna be good. And I'm also not a big fan of this one here, so... Young Pyromancer now becomes a little bit better. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that will definitely play with it. And it is a good, you know, early game stopper. I guess we go for Boros Charm, giving Indestructible. How relevant is that gonna be? How relevant is indestructibility of Boros Charm to protect these cards? I don't think it's that relevant. As I said, Roast I'll definitely play. So these are 23 cards. Given I'm gonna play them all. I mean, yes, it doesn't kill flying creatures, and it is a sorcery, so maybe Burst Lightning is better. Yeah, I'm still looking for a replacement for Emiria, but I don't think I'll find it. There's Armageddon and Brain Maggots. I think Brain Maggot is a bit too good against me. Like these type of effects are pretty good against me. If I had Brainstorm, maybe. Light Tutor, yeah, it gets Splinter Twin, so it gets one part of my combo. We basically have all pieces except Imperial Recruiter. That's basically the 6th card you want, but outside of that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 D5 key cards. So yeah, and we have the library, so if we ever get this turn 1 and our opponent doesn't have Strip Mine. Actually, I haven't played against an opponent with Wasteland yet, have I? I'm not sure. The problem with the Emiria Angel is double white. Like, Elspeth obviously also costs double white, but it's a bit later on. We do have 3 fix for that at this point. Which might mean I don't play either. Don't think Zornorp or Lightning Mauler is any good here. Yeah, I probably prefer doing this than playing a Mirror Angel. Venser obviously has combo potential, don't want people to play that. It's actually... is it viable in my deck? Nope. I was looking at cards I could do it with. So then the Elspeth. Do I really want to run this Elspeth? Like, how often I'm not gonna be able to cast it? Pretty often, right? Like, in which case Brimstone Volley probably is a bit better. I just don't think I'm gonna have white often enough for it to be good enough. Like, we have 3 white fix for 4 cards, and I don't want to be running... don't want to be running a double. So I'd rather run like this, and I'm probably not even the Light Intruder. Just play the Char or the Burning. Like, it's gonna be stuck in my hand so often, right? It does get Banishing Light, so it also offers a solution. This both might kill a solution. Oh, and this also mana fixes. So maybe the fact that I have Coalition Relic allows me to play Elspeth. So then we need to have 2 of 4, but it's turn 6. Yeah, sure. Definitely do not want any plane. Sort by color, whoops. So we have 4 islands and 1 red and 1 white. So these are islands 3-3, which means that in the 12 lands I'm adding, I do not want the plane. I probably want like 4 islands and 5 islands, 7 mountains. This way we have 10, 11 red sources. We have 9. Yeah, our blue doesn't seem to be that heavy, so I think this is fine. I'll submit and I'll see you guys in round 1.